Okay, so I'm going to try and do a little how-to fix your directional indicator when it's not lining up with the motor on your trolling motor. This is a ProSeries 46-pound 12-volt Motorguide trolling motor. Noticed it wasn't pointing the way it was supposed to be pointing, so super simple really. This piece here is plastic. It goes through, it's held on by a keeper to the top part of the housing, and it has a gear that slides into the gear for the steering cable. Super simple. That gear is actually stripped on the underside of this, not where the gear meets the steering cable gear, but where the gear mounts to this lid. So all I'm going to do is glue the two together, probably JB Weld, super glue might even work. It's just plastic, and voila, it'll be fixed. I hope. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I've pretty much lined up the trolling motor with the indicator, and now I'm going to, there's 3 screws on the underside you gotta undo, and now I'm going to pop the lid off, and you'll see it's got a keeper and a gear, and I have to set it down here. This gear has a female end that slides onto a knurled section for the indicator. Well, the knurled section on the indicator and the stem of this are stripped. So, should be an easy enough fix. I just got to make sure that I glue it on there right, because it has to go back into the cogs. Don't know how well you can see this, but this is the pin it slides on, and then it runs inside this steering gear track. That's what you want to call it. So, gonna glue it, see if it works. Alright, so I'm ready to glue. I went ahead and put some tape on the indicator so it doesn't move. I don't know how important that was. Maybe it's just me being anal. I'm sure there's guys out there that go zip zip, boom boom, bang, fixed, but I'm a little weird when it comes to that. So I'm going to, there's 2 ways you could do it. You could either pull this off, mark where this sits on the indicator, or you could pop this off. You can see how the knurling is kind of worn away. It's just plastic to plastic, so sits right in there just like that. But it has to line up with the cogs on the steering cable. So you can see that pretty snug fit. There isn't a whole lot of room for error. So I'm thinking I'm going to glue it the way it sits. So I'll get my glue together, put it inside this, maybe put a little bit on here, pop it on, should be fixed. One thing I was thinking though is once you glue that, the little sprocket and this whole piece are pretty much going to be married, so you'll have to, you know, if something ever happens to the sprocket, you'll have to buy a whole new piece like this. This will be okay. It's this piece right here you're going to have to break away from the gear. Here's the gear, right? So they'll be married. You'll pull them apart. You'll have to break it. Order a new one of these, a new indicator, and you'll be back in business. So hopefully you won't have to deal with that. Hopefully I won't. So get my glue ready. I'm gonna set this right in here because it's not really keyed to the indicator. It's keyed to here. Make sure my motor's still straight. And pop it on, let it sit, and maybe in a little while I'll pop it off and see if it glued. So yeah, it's gonna be just like something like that, but it'll be glued. Okay, so I got my epoxy, a little bit of JB Weld, and my daughter makes it up for me. Apparently I don't know how. Just kidding, Fallon. Oh man, boy, that was a mess up. So I'm just gonna put this inside the hole, kind of coat that up. It's like nobody's ever used epoxy before, right? Yeah. So it looks pretty good right there. I think that'll work. I'm gonna bring this over here. Put a little bit on the stem of that. Okay. So then I'm just gonna line this thing up. Put it on there. Nice and tight. And in a few, I don't know, 40 minutes or so, it's kind of cold outside, so in a little while, come back, pop this off, and all should be good again. We'll see. Well, my JB Weld works on toothpicks and paper. Got all the screws put back in, and it looks like all is right again. So here we are, fixed. I hope that helps. I know I wish I would have had somebody to show me this video before I did this, but hey, it's all taken care of. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be happy to answer any questions you have. Don't know what I'll really know that you don't, but anyhow, thanks for watching.